Hey guys! So I've been getting a lot of requests to do a van tour. I just keep putting it off and putting it off. But I thought, you know, regardless of whether I have things I still want to do in here or not, I'm going to go ahead and do one because I'm about to head out on another trip and the van is loaded up. And this way you guys can see how I store things when I do the tour. The van is a 2018 Ford Transit 250 with the long wheelbase and the high roof. We have 400 watts of solar on the roof, the 30 amp plug, and also the running boards, which, because I'm pretty short, were necessary. You can see we took the step out on the floor here, so it comes all the way here. So if I didn't have that running board, it'd be a pretty large step for me. Let me show you the garage. And like I said, I'm about to head out, so it is packed. I don't always carry firewood, but I have a couple packs that I'm going to be using here pretty soon. So I've got those in here. Let me just open this up and I'm going to show you where I store things. I keep two 2.5 gallon jugs back here, and I can use those to refill the tanks in the front, or I can use them as a shower back here for showering things off like my bike tires, my shoes, things like that. I have a pump that I keep in a bag in here that just sticks inside and you can hose things off with it. Up here I keep my water hose and the electric cord, things like that, extra ropes, bungees. Down here, I've got a lot of extra paper towels right now stored just wherever I could fit them. I have a rug, my trekking poles, canopy, and a chair. And down here somewhere, right back in here, I have a moonshade awning, which I can put on the van with magnets. Over here, I have a ladder, and then I also have some things to wash the windshields and that sort of thing. Back here, I keep a camp stove. Actually, I guess it's a camp oven. And pizza stone, a dustpan, some grilling utensils, that sort of thing. Just miscellaneous items, tablecloths. These are the leveling blocks for putting under the tires when I'm not level. Up here I have miscellaneous campfire items, including things to help get the fire started, a lantern, that sort of thing. This here is a table with little stools that I can use also out at camp. I keep my dirty clothes in here. Right now I have some laundry things in there. My backpack stores on a hook here. I have a day pack here, just wherever I can cram things. Eventually I may build in a unit here for storing other things, because I didn't realize I would utilize this middle space so much. I actually had built it this way to put my bike in, but I'm not going to be taking my bike on this trip, so I then put all this firewood here. But this middle section comes out, so let me kind of show you how that looks from the inside. As you can see, I have it set up right now for sleeping just one person, because most of the time I'm traveling solo, but I do have 3 of these cushions that fit perfectly across this loft area for when Kevin is with me. So I just usually when I sleep, I bring these down, put them beside it, put all my bedding on there, and because I'm short, this is 5 foot, and my feet hang off a little at the back, but other than that, it works perfect. And I like having it set up like this so it's almost like a sofa, sitting at the table here with a lot of floor space. This center section, like I said, comes out, and it's actually in 2 pieces. That just makes it lighter. There's a piece at the back and a piece at the front, and it lifts right out. There are pins that hold it in place so it doesn't move around on me when I'm driving. And underneath the garage area, I store all kinds of things. This is an easel, and these are the window coverings. My table that you saw up front goes up here as also. And then I have a bunch of other little things crammed in here. Bottle of wine, some paper, some camera equipment, all my clothes. I have 3 of these cubes full of clothes right now. Another cube full of towels, things like that. This one has some food that I could not fit in my cabinets, so that's there. There's 6 of these cubes that fit perfectly in here. Oh, and this here lifts up. Well, you saw it from the back. That long area, that's under here. So if I ever want to reach anything that's in here, I just lift this up and I'm able to do it. It's just like this side over here, which I'll show you. And there's also some tools in there as well if I need them. But let me show you over here. This is where I store my bedding. A little bit of art supplies, a liner. I know where everything goes. Alright, this is a 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter. This is the transfer switch and the distribution panel. There's also a breaker back there and a cutoff switch. It cuts the power from the solar. That's an MPPT charge controller. The gauge, these switches here are just for the camera, which I'll show you. We have some cameras looking outside the van. Should have turned the light on for you guys. Let Kevin get a good view of that for you. Under here is the batteries. I have 4 125 amp hour AGM batteries, and then a main power cutoff back here for the distribution panel. And under here I have my griddle supplies, a float tube, just a lot of miscellaneous items. I think there's some more butane back there. Up in here I have some extra backpacking equipment, a day pack for when I'm on short hikes, little soloist stove that I stole from Kevin. And over here I have some extra drinking water. This isn't filtered yet. And then a bunch more butane, propane, rolls of toilet paper, a step stool. Up there I have a few bathroom items, a Luna light, a little electric heater, more toilet paper, some paper plates. This is where I keep my urine bottle. Yeah, some more butane, a bottle of water, just whatever. Over here is essentially my toilet. In this drawer, I have the collapsible toilet. And then I keep some litter, cat litter, in here, which I put into the bag. Let me just show you this real quick. So basically, I just open this up, put the bottom in, put a bag on, put the seat on, do my business, add the litter, close the bag, and then put it all away. So this stores right here, but also I have extra bags, toilet paper. This is a little first aid kit, some wipes. These are shower wipes. Those are other basic wipes. So I have some more bathroom things I need to put in here in the morning right before I leave. And in this top section of this cube here, I have my butane stoves. I have 2 of them. Behind the butane stoves, I have extra butane and propane. Those are the ones I get into first, and the ones where I keep the ones that are already, partially used. And here I have a wind guard. This bungee goes on the outside of this cube before I hit the road. And I have some cutting boards that fit in there. This cube rolls around. It's on casters. So there's 2 hooks that keep it in place so it doesn't roll on me on the road. And then I can just move it around. If I want to use it as a seat, I can set it anywhere I want. I can set it. A lot of times what I do, and I have to move this rug out of my way so it's not stopping it from rolling, is I'll sit right here. And then right here is our inverter switch and outlet. Over here we have the light switches, and they are dimmable. Right now they're up all the way. And then a USB plug, another meter so I can see what the batteries are doing, and then the remote for the fans. Now there's a pin back here that holds this table in. The table pulls out and gives me tons of counter room. So when I'm cooking, I have both this countertop and all of this to utilize, and I love it. It's one of the things that I love the most about this build is how much space I have for meal preparations. The lights are 9 watts a piece, and they're divided into 2 sets of 4, and each on their own switch, each set on its own switch. The fans are the max air fans, and we usually will blow one in and one out, and that gives us lots of circulation. I have the shelf, which I keep these baskets for all my fruits and vegetables, and that's worked out really good so far. When I'm going down the road, I put these spring-loaded rods that I have here. I put those up there to keep them from falling out. Then of course the jars hold a lot of the grains and beans, things like that. I have this little slide out pantry here for things like my teas, coffee, that sort of thing. Up here, just a lot of pantry items. Food, lots of food. And these are on these soft clothes. And then over here, dishes. I use the Berkey for drinking and cooking water. This here is a magnet, and when I'm at camp, I'll put the knives on there just for convenience. It's a deep sink, and it has a sprayer. It all is on a water pump, which I have turned off right now. So I have a deep drawer here that holds pots and pans, instant pot, coffee grinder, the espresso maker, a magic bullet, a kettle that it's a backpacking kettle, so it's pretty small. It's in this cover here. And then 2 smaller drawers, one for all my utensils. And this other one holds things like pot holders, extra bags, saran wrap, foil, hand towels, washcloths, a bunch of miscellaneous items there. And then the fridge is a 75-quart freezer and fridge stool. It can be either both sides fridge or one side freezer. Right now I have it set up where this is the freezer and this is the fridge, and it is packed right now. I usually keep the fridge at 40 and 10, and as you can see, it's running. And to keep it from coming out when I'm on a slope or I'm driving, we have these pins that go in there. Here's the switches for the water pump, and also the first set of lights here. There's a second switch, so if I'm coming from the cab and it's dark into this area, I have a switch there also. Under here is where I keep my water tanks and my trash can, and a bunch of cleansers, my vitamins, an extra wash tub, a dish drain. This is part of that, and this, which I'll use after I do dishes. I can just put it away when I want. And we have an exhaust fan right there in case this area gets warm. Now down here, I keep this area open under here. I'm not sure if you can see that very well, but there's an opening and that vents the fridge. So the fridge will vent out into this area, and then if it gets too warm, that will kick on at a certain temperature. Right here, I have a gauge and a switch to turn on that gauge, as well as a switch to open the valve for draining the gray water tank. And then these bags up here are where I just store all kinds of things that I really don't know where else to store it. I've got extra glue tape, I've got an air horn, some art supplies. I think I have a radio in one of these, and some extra like farmer's market shopping bags. All that, just whatever I don't know what to do with, I usually will cram in those. And then right here is a carbon monoxide detector. And it does work. I've only had it go off one time, and that was when I had the motor running and I had these back doors open and the exhaust fumes came in, and it set it off. But otherwise it hasn't been a problem with cooking, anything like that. Over here I have some art supplies, and I have to admit it doesn't hold a lot of storage, and I probably will redo that someday, but I do like the way it looks. Right here I have another USB, and then back here in the corner I have another light switch for these backlights and a USB switch. The curtains are great for, like right now would be a good time to have them drawn because it filters out some of this harsh light when it comes in. It has a fan, of course, which is great when you're sleeping. Now over here I have this bungee, and I just use this to store like brochures, books, things like that I pick up on the road, and also to hang things from that need to dry. Like a lot of times I'll hang towels and washcloths and stuff like that from it. Right here is the camera I told you about that looks outside the vehicle. And let me show you that. And then I have another one that I can hook up in the back whenever I want to. That one just I plug it in when I want to use it. This bulkhead wall, I love having this bulkhead. Not only does it give me privacy, but it also really makes a difference in terms of keeping the heat that's in the cab, because sometimes it can get really hot up there, out of this area. And it has the sliding door, which I'll show you from the other side that as well. Originally, I was going to put a mural across this wall, and I realized it would be better to have some more shelving maybe here, something like that, to utilize this space better. But I haven't done that yet, so right now it's kind of what it is. Let me show you the cab. I just put all these towels across here, and I like keeping things that, if they were to fall out, are not going to injure me. So the towels work perfect up here. And this here is just a blanket for if I want to sit out on a lawn or something. Down here, I store in front of the passenger seat my heater. It's a Mr. Buddy heater, and it works with propane. I've got right now more paper towels and all my shoes. I have my shoes here. So the shoes, the heater, and right now I've got a bunch of paper towels. And I have a thermos for when I'm driving. I can put my coffee in there and have it on the road. We put in this double din radio, and I love that. I have the seat pulled up right now because when I'm driving, I tend to have it pulled pretty far forward, further than this even, because that's how I reach. Kevin pushes it all the way back if he drives, and then he likes to have the seat more tilted than what it allows. But for the most part, I think an average sized person would be comfortable here if they're willing to sit up a little bit in the seat. But it's perfect for me. Of course, I have my mounts for the cameras, my phone, GoPro mounts here, so I can get footage going down the road. And over here, I have a hook that has all my jackets. And then back behind the seat, there's room here for a soft-sided cooler if I want to pick something up that needs to be kept cold until I can get it in the fridge, or if it won't fit in the fridge like a watermelon, I'll put that in there. And then of course there's under the seats, there's things like jacks and other tools and things like that. There's a, yeah. Oh, let me get out of the way, and Kevin, who's filming, can show you guys the slider. So it's just a pocket door slide, and we made it so that it will slide both directions. Right now the seat's hitting it. Most of the time, I keep it on this side. And then down here, I have this latch that keeps it from sliding when I'm going down the road. And then it also, if you come on this side, I can latch it from the inside. So yeah, like I said, I love having the bulkhead. And I just realized I forgot to show you this. More storage space for food. And this also latches from inside the cabinet. There's a pin, and that pin keeps it closed. Now the flooring is just the tongue and groove vinyl plank flooring. And then I wanted to show you the curtains. Can protect the flooring when the sun's coming in really hard, and also reduce some of that light that comes in. And I just bought a set of curtains and hemmed the bottom. Nothing special. The screen has a middle section which is taken out right now, and I have that stored underneath. And there's a piece of Velcro up here. It's trying to come off. There's a piece of Velcro here that it sticks to, and then these are magnets, so the sides of the middle panel stay closed. And then I have the bottom a little bit long so that bugs can't get underneath. And then the window covering just goes on and off with magnets, and I have two for the back windows as well. Now we put this window in. This section here opens up from the inside. You just crank it and it opens up for some ventilation. But yeah, that was scary. We had to cut a big hole in the van and put the window in, but it actually was pretty easy to do. The tires, we did change those to KO2 all-terrain tires. That's my van. I'm leaving in the morning for an extended trip, and that's why it's all loaded up, as I said. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys will join me and follow along on that trip. I've done quite a few trips already in the van, so you could go back if you wanted and look at the previous videos that I've done. I'm headed out west right now, and I wanted to get this out to you guys. If you like the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want. I'd really appreciate it. And also I'm on Patreon. You can support me there. I'll leave a link in the description if you feel like doing so. But yeah, I will see you guys on the road. Thanks for watching.